Thanks for spending part of your Tuesday with us here on Mid-Morning. So we're getting creative today at the State Fair. AJ and Katie are at the Creative Activities Building. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, good morning, Pauline. Things are off to a really nice start, and actually the Creative Activities Building, it's starting to fill in this morning too. So we thought we would bring in someone who could tell us more as far as what is going on here today. We're with the Creative Activities Superintendent, Tony Schwandt. Thank you so much for joining us, Tony.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, so you've said you've actually been the supervisor for 2 years, but you've been in the building for 5.
Yes.
What is the thing that you enjoy most about being the supervisor here?
I just love seeing everything come in. We've got 2,600 Minnesotans, amateur Minnesotans, that just are so passionate about their hobbies and they love bringing it in, and there's a story behind everything. There's the grandmother who's making her grandson his first quilt and baby blanket. There's the sauerkraut winner who his whole family tradition in the fall is to get his family together, and they all make sauerkraut at his home. Yeah. And so it's just everything here that comes in has a story, and it's done by people who just love doing the craft.
2,600.
That's incredible.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys see an uptick in people submitting to this year?
Yes, this year was a little bit of, we got a little bit of a heart attack when registrations closed and we saw those final numbers. Were pretty much up to pre-pandemic levels of entrance. And just last year over this year, we had 450 new baking entries that we have to find someplace for.
Okay, so that makes me feel better for not getting a ribbon.
Tony. See, I'm glad you talked about baking, because we've got a little bone to pick.
Don't listen to
Katie Steiner, she entered some bread in the competition. Let me ask you this. What are some of the things that you look for when you're judging baked goods? Like, give us the rundown. That way we've got kind of like a little cheat sheet, hint, hint, wink, wink,
what
for
I
next
need to
year.
do next year.
So the very first thing that the judges do when they get a class that in front of them is visually. Does it look appealing? Does it look like what that class is supposed to look like? Okay. And then if it's a bread, make sure the air pockets, there's no huge air pockets in it. They take a little bit of a cut off the end, and then it really just comes down to taste.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Because 35% is based off appearance.
Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, so I submitted I submitted sourdough bread, and there were 90 entrants, and 60 breads or whatever showed up.
Yep.
So are you trying all 60 of those breads? Because that's a lot of bread.
So we don't necessarily try everyone. So in classes where there's more than 25 entries, only the top 25 are meticulously judged. However, when the judge goes through kind of their first pass visually to see, does it fit the category, does it look appealing, is it that? So those are the ones that we then taste. So in the Kowalski's sponsored special category this year, the citrus cakes, all 71 cakes were tested, were tried, because they all looked good.
Man, meeting the criteria. Okay, so real quick, prizes. Walk us through some of the prizes too.
So the prizes
Bragging
for just
rights.
like a normal first place ribbon is just like $8. So it's not huge.
But it's the bragging rights, yeah.
It is the bragging rights, and it's seeing your thing in the Creative Activities Building on display with that blue ribbon. We have people come up to the office all day long, and every year we have 1 or 2 people. It's their first time entering, and they want to know what all these ribbons are, because they got the first place, but then there's also the sweepstakes, which is the first place of a group of classes.
Ooh, that was
breaking
not
it down.
me. Don't worry, I was not one of those people.
Wait, Tony, hey, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time, and it's actually starting to get busy in here too. So again, we're in the Creative Arts Building. We'd love to have you come down and see us for a little bit, but again, we appreciate your time. Have fun today.
Thank you so much.
All right.